Oh god, no. Oh god, I hit the wrong thing again. As usual. Hey everybody, welcome back to Dicing with Death. For those of you who weren't watching, Wilhelm is dead, murdered by his own employer, and I'm gonna roll a character.
Yes. Using roll 20 or dices?
Roll 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stats.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Oops, that's not the right
Well,
one.
I guess actually this is 2e, so it doesn't matter. The 15 dex, if you're doing straight down the line, will get you something.
Yeah, I was thinking about rearranging that and putting that in strength.
15 strength is worthless. Unless you choose a strange race.
Oh, that's totally right. It's a very valid point, Ryan.
I think 15 dex, 15 con is also pretty good.
I wanted a high strength character. Let me open up my character sheet. Okay, what were the stats? 14, 15, 11, 14, 15, 11, 10, 14, 9, 7. All right, we'll do 15 in con.
You are rearranging.
I'm going to rearrange 11 in dex, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
9 willpower, 14
know that
charisma.
I'm the more hardcore character than you.
Oh.
Hardcore player.
Okay.
But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just teasing. Doesn't matter to me. It's
All right, so I'm going to be a fighter.
could almost play a ranger.
Really?
If you had higher con, but not quite. You'd need another. You'd need a 14 in con. Bummer.
Okay, so all those stats are done. I want to be a unarmed specialist. I want to take a look at the unarmed rules.
Like a martial artist or like a brawler?
I want to be a brawler, like a pummeling specialist.
Are you gonna look at combat and tactics rules?
I'm going to look at combat and tactics rules. I'm also going to look at skills and powers. See if there's anything interesting in there. Maybe do some character point creation character stuff.
Oh goodness. I don't even know how that works.
Let's see. Unarmed combat.
Pummeling.
Pummeling specialists gain the normal specialist attack and damage bonuses and extra attacks. Specialist attack bonuses apply to the strength scores when knockdowns. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Kicking, sapping, punching. Small soft objects, bare hands, inflict D2 points of damage. Small hard objects, mailed fist, mugs, weapon pommel, inflict D3 points of damage. Okay, so if I had a mailed fist, I'm doing D3 points of damage.
Yeah, there may also be like a bladed, like a cestus, like a bladed
Yeah, I think
fist.
Acestus just bumps it to D4,
Okay.
which is, not bad at all. Doesn't some character was using Acestus recently? Was that
What?
Simon's character in
I haven't.
Shenanigans?
I haven't seen Simon's character. I've been away the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Let's
Is he
take.
playing this week?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know actually. I don't think he is. I don't remember. I'll have to take a look. Cestus, yeah, it does D4. Um, so I could take the Cestus and the two weapon style, so I could make a punch and then an offhand punch at -2. Um, is there anything in the skills and powers that has to do with pummeling or unarmed combat?
What are you gonna do if I throw like a big bad monster at you? You gonna punch a giant to death?
I don't think I'm going to be running around anywhere that has to do with giants. Hmm. Let's see. Is there anything in the back about it? Pummel. Pummel. Pug list. Page 77.
Skills and powers.
Skills and powers. I don't know what a pug list is, though, but we're going to find out. Characters prefer to fight with their bare hands. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, I think that's just it's a character kit. Okay. If you take the Pugless character kit, normally when a character makes an unarmed attack against an armed opponent or monster with natural attacks, his foe gains immediate attack of opportunity with a +4 bonus to his attack roll. This makes it very dangerous for unarmed heroes to attack most enemies. However, Puglists are skilled at fighting armed opponents and monsters with bare hands. They are treated as if they were armed when making unarmed attacks. However, there's a hindrance. Puglists are admired when they are in a ring and the crowd is cheering them on. However, people from the middle and upper class prefer not to associate with ruffians. A Puglist charisma score is effectively lowered by 1 when dealing with those from the middle class and by 2 when speaking to people from the upper class.
That's goofy. Yay 2E.
Yay 2E.
There's also martial arts in the player's handbook.
Yeah, but that's
Sorry,
not the character I want to play.
Well, I mean, you can do like the striking with your hands martial art and just say you're a brawler.
Okay. Let's take a look at that then. Because I kind of...
Yeah, so if you're a specialist in martial arts, you can make martial arts attacks without provoking opportunity attacks.
Interesting. Which style would we...
Type A is punching, type B is kicking, type C is throwing and escaping, type D is dodges and blocks.
And
I guess you can take all of them. You can't be specialist in all of them, but
And you said a specialist doesn't take opportunity attacks?
no. Yep.
Okay. Okay, so it seems to me... Wow, so there's no reason to not take a type A martial arts specialization rather than a pummeling specialization. Like
What does
pummeling,
pummeling specialization give you? Just bonus attacks per round. I
yeah,
think the pummeling probably it's implied that it gives you proficiency with with improvised weapons. At least that was my understanding. So like if you're in a bar fight and you pick up a stool and break it over someone's head, you get to make that as if you're specialized with bar stool.
I guess. I think there's a special pummeling maneuver. Oh, you can kick with pummeling, it
Yeah.
appears.
Yeah, I think with pummeling you can just use whatever is around.
And you can also sap with pummeling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I will do the martial arts procedure stuff because I want to get the no attacks of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to do martial arts. Ooh, that was a bad idea. Martial arts. A, 2 slots.
So are you like a trained martial artist, or you're going to be a
I'm going to be a guy on the streets.
guy on the
You know,
streets?
I learned how to fight as a kid, getting my ass kicked up and down the streets. I'm from a really poor family, living in I'm guessing Solstice or
I was going
wherever.
to mix it up.
Okay,
I was
wherever
going
you
to
want to
get
put
some
me.
feedback on what you want, but
Um, I'm looking for not a small village, like a town or something that has some level of sophistication. Doesn't have to be super high, but not backwater.
mm-hmm. So I was thinking I'd do one of the cities that I've already got. So, but
Oh god. Oh
I'm
god.
getting echo.
Yeah. There we go. Fixed.
Cringe. But we've done Solstice the last couple of sessions, and it hasn't led to much very interesting campaigns. So I don't know if I should let you choose or just do Neil style and pick. Let me switch Roll20. This is where it comes in handy to have your huge mapped out world, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, you're welcome to use it if you'd like.
No. And pull a Chucky.
Hmm.
Change the cannon on you. And
Yeah. Subduing attacks. We'll look into subduing attacks later. Maybe, maybe not. So I'm going to roll to hit, punch, +1 to hit, +2 to damage, d3 damage. Size is small, weight is none, type is bludgeoning, speed is 2. Actually, I'm going to grab that cestus, which is going to make it d4.
mm-hmm. Okay, is Cestus considered a martial arts weapon?
I don't know. Does it need a special martial arts weapon tag?
I don't know where the tag is. There's a section on it. Let me read it. So you do need a proficiency in the martial arts weapon. Maybe there's something else. I don't know if you can.
I'm going to roll for handedness. Ooh, left-handed. So close. Make my other roll. Okay.
I'm not sure what his martial arts weapon is. I don't know if you can just use a cestus unless you're a pummeler. Let me see. I mean, you can grab both pummeling. Well, let's see if I can find martial arts tags.
Rolling for HP, D10 +1. 7.
You get 7 HP.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Okay, just filling out my encumbrance and all that stuff. 10. I'm gonna need some armor. I want to wear like hide armor, just like walk around in a big bear skin or something. Some sort
So
of
there is a martial
wolf
arts
pelt.
tag. I don't think you can use a cestus as a martial artist. We can
I get a
negotiate that if you
cestus
want.
proficiency to then just
Well,
let me punch with it?
you would always need a proficiency. I think that's what the pummeler. The pummeler seems to imply that you're like assumed to be proficient in all of these things. Cestus is not a martial arts weapon. Martial arts weapon I'm seeing, so there's like bow stick, nunchuck. They have them list somewhere. I don't know what it's saying. Caw. I don't know what that is.
So
Rod.
if I go with pummeling, I do create attacks of opportunity. However, I can use a cestus.
You can, yeah. I mean, you can always use a cestus, but I think I'm trying to figure out these rules as we go. I mean, you can always take a cestus proficiency. Pummeling seems to imply that you're just assumed proficient with all of these brawling type weapons.
Okay. What makes you think that I can't just use my martial arts attacks with a cestus on my hand?
Because it's not a martial arts weapon, at least according to the.
Well, hold on. Here, under Style A, the character's bare or gloved hands are treated as small, hard objects.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll allow it then. I'll allow like mailed fists or bladed fists. Sure. Okay.
If the character is unarmed and unarmored, he can make an extra attack each round with his other hand, provided it is free, without the usual penalties for attacking with 2 weapons. Oh, seriously? If unarmed and unarmored. Okay. Well, I'm going to have Cestus's on, which is armed, and I will have armor on. So that. Okay, I'm going to take that 2-weapon fighting style then.
I don't know if Cestus would count as armed.
Well, I'm still going to be wearing a wolf pelt, so I will be armored.
So there is this. You can take the style. The style D gives you a 2 AC bonus if you're unarmored. Is that what you were looking at?
No, I actually want to wear like animal hide over me. Yeah, hide armor. Well, I should roll for money first. Whoops. Roll 5d4 times 10 is 130 gold.
Dang, you're gonna have a ton of cash.
Hide armor is 35, leaving me with 95 gold. Assessed, and that is an AC bonus of 4, bringing me to 14 AC. Cestus is how much cash?
Cheap.
1 gold, so 93 gold remaining because I have 2. Hide armor, Cestus X2. What else do I need or want?
Yeah, so I guess you don't get the bonus martial arts attack unless you're unarmed and unarmored. But you do get specialist attacks if you're specialized.
Okay. And you say the martial arts type D if I take it, if I get it, but with a, oh, that's just unarmored.
If you're unarmed and unarmored, you get a 2 AC bonus. I don't know if I'm going to consider a Cestus armed.
Okay.
I think it just increases your damage to D4, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because it doesn't, you're not changing anything about your hands and you're just like putting something over them.
I mean, I think it's pretty, I mean, it's like a heavy like mailed gauntlet or something with blades on it, but.
Yeah, but it's no, from a defense point of view or from a offense point of view, you're not, there's no unwieldy thing about you. It's just weighted hands. Maybe
Yeah.
that's just unwieldy enough. I don't know. Whatever.
Trying to find some pictures.
Where's fighting styles? I was just looking at fighting styles. Here they are. So familiar with the two-handed web style as well. Hercule style is this one. So what about the one-handed weapon style? Here it says the character is always free to treat his empty hand as a secondary weapon and punch, grab, or otherwise annoy anyone he's fighting. The normal penalties for using two weapons apply. If the character is also familiar with the two-handed weapon style and his weapon can be used either one-handed or two-handed, he can switch back and forth between the two styles at the beginning of every round of combat.
What is this under martial arts weapons?
No. This is Weapon Specialization and Mastery, Chapter 4, page 76, one-handed weapon style. So basically, if you take the one-hand weapon style, you get a +1 to AC if you're fighting with a one-hand weapon and no shield or offhand weapon. But it also says at the very start that you're allowed to use your offhand as an empty thing to punch.
Yeah. But you would need to have a weapon in your main hand to get the bonus.
Okay, so I can't use...
It doesn't apply if you're unarmed. It's like if you're dueling with a rapier, or if you got like a dagger in one hand and an offhand free.
So having the mailed cestus does not make that work?
It's not going to go both ways. We can decide one way or the other. Are we counting it as a weapon or we're not? I have decided not going to count it as a weapon.
That's fair.
So
I will stand.
That seems to be better for you than counting it as a weapon. Because if it counted as a weapon, you aren't considered specialized in it.
Right. Unless I just specialized its in cestices, but then I take opportunity attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
And you could use a martial arts weapon and get that bonus, like have like a nunchuck or
can we
a stick.
Can we requalify my cestices as just brass knuckles then?
Yeah. If you want, yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. They're just brass knuckles.
You can style them however you'd like.
Sweet. Okay, and weight for my hide armor is... Do you have a preference of any type of animal that I should wear to get my +4 to AC?
We can figure out where you are. There's only like 3 possible cities I would throw you in, so do I just tell you them or pick one or
just pick one for me because I won't.
I'll roll 1d3. 2 is going to be Wodheim in the forest south of south of Solstice.
Okay.
That border town between the elves and the humans.
All right, I'm also going to take a proficiency in dagger.
So the hide would be some woodland creature, so a deer or a bear or...
Can I do a wolf?
Sure.
I'd like a wolf hide.
It probably didn't come... It probably came from like the plains to the east, but
okay,
that's fine.
Okay. Daggers are 2 gold, and I'm going to get 4 of them. It was 4 pounds, and it's 8 gold, bringing me down to 85 GP. And how many languages can I speak? 2, so I get 2 more weapon proficiencies.
Oh, you're going to use... Oh, wait, you get your languages, but you also can... Yeah.
You can do non-weapon or weapon. So martial arts specialized, 2 weapon fighting familiar.
2 weapon fighting does you what?
Gives me no penalties with main hand, -2 with offhand. And if I take it a second time, then I can use weapons of equal size in both hands. But I don't
Okay. You
want
can
to do
also
that.
grab ambidexterity. I would allow.
Ooh, perfect. I'll take
Any
that
slots
then.
with? Well, let's see how many. Like it's in. Let me see how many slots that would be considered. Where is that? Here.
Where does it?
One slot.
Perfect.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, an ambidextrous character has 2 primary hands and suffers a -2 penalty to hit with either weapon. If a character spends a slot to specialize in 2-weapon fighting, he suffers no penalty to attack with either weapon.
Cool.
So if you are 2-weapon specialized and ambidextrous, you get no penalties with offhand.
Perfect. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I don't think, and you're not you're not naturally ambidextrous, but you've trained enough that you can fight equally well with your left and your right hand.
Nice. Ooh, I could get endurance, not the endurance proficiency. No, it's 2 slots. Dirty fighting. Veteran brawlers and squallers are required a repertoire of feints, ruses, various unsportsmanlike tactics that come in handy in a fight. Character with a skill can attempt to use a dirty trick once per fight. If he successfully gains a +1 bonus to the next attack roll. If there's some reason the enemy believes the character will fight honorably, the bonus is +2. Once a particular enemy has fallen prey to a character's dirty trick, he can never be caught off guard again. In addition, the character's opponent is skilled in if the character's opponent is skilled in dirty fighting himself, the attempt automatically fails. So once per enemy, I can get a +1 to hit.
If you, wait, is it a check or is it just?
It's just automatic.
If he succeeds, so it's a.
Oh, it is an intel check that I make.
Initial rating 5. So I think you'd get an int check at +5 to get a +1 to hit.
Okay.
You can use it once per fight, not once per enemy.
Yeah, but also once you use it on an enemy, it can't work on them again.
Yeah, but this is a character with a skill can attempt to use a dirty trick once per fight. So I would say if you use it on one guy in the encounter and everyone sees it, like if everyone sees you pick up sand, throw it in the guy's face.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take that.
No, it doesn't seem that useful. It doesn't say that it takes an action though.
Okay, I do want to take the ambush special talent then. If you will allow me to use it in cities, because I'm going to be a mostly city-dwelling character.
You're probably going to want to get the hell out of Woodheim. I mean, it is a city, but it's straddling the wilderness.
That's fine, as long as there's people I can push around to pay me my protection money.
Oh, you had talked about this idea. Maybe Solstice would have been the place to set you up, but
we'll see. We'll see. All right, we're not going to do that. We're going to save our last. I can't think of anything else I want in terms of weapon. Maybe club. But club is never going to be better than D4 plus 2 damage. It's not like I'm going to lose my brass knuckles.
Mm-hmm. And even then, you're punching at D3 plus 2.
Yeah, which is way better than a club. The only reason I'm taking dagger is so that I can throw it.
If you save a slot, you can master faster. Not that you'll ever get to those levels, but
no, you can master at level 3, right?
And then then maybe it's high master. You can get like level 5, and
yeah.
you don't get a new proficiency slot to level 6.
Right. Okay. So
if you save one slot, you can get to like high master a few levels earlier. But like I said, the probability of a Dicing with Death character getting past level 1,
it's usually pretty low. This guy is going to be different. I haven't come up with a cool name for him yet. Uh-oh. That's being blocked. What should this guy's name be?
You're human?
I was going to do a human. How do you feel about allowing strange races in?
What strange race?
Oh no.
Not outright opposed, but
Can I be a Threekin and get like 6 attacks per round? Can I just go around punching
um,
everything with like 6 arms?
yeah. I don't know how long that's gonna. I don't know how that's gonna work in a city. Like you'll probably get run out of town pretty quick if you're gonna be like trying to start a protection racket as a Threekin in the city.
Okay.
I mean, you're welcome to give it a shot, but
All right, that's a valid something concern argument. I probably couldn't do it as an ogre. I might as a minotaur. Would you allow me to play a minotaur?
maybe I should send you across to the sea where all the freaks live. If you're a minotaur in this part of the world, that would be highly unusual. We could see how that plays out, but
I think if I'm a minotaur, I'm going to get run out of town really quickly.
yeah, that's what I was imagining. We could set you up in like in Sinteron where something like that would be a little more tolerated.
Fuck no, Syntron, they're not going to take you. Try and like run a protection bracket in Syntron, and they're going to fucking kill you.
At least
Okay.
at level 1, yeah.
All right, we'll come back and play a minotaur another day. I think I'm just going to be a human. It means I get a
Chaps
feat, right?
as a human feat. Yes, that's what all these proficiencies are. Although I do feel like humans in 2E are slightly underpowered.
Oh, it's because they don't have a level cap.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Minotaurs also get plus 6 HP. They start at base 14 AC. They can headbutt.
Minotaurs are pretty OP.
Minotaurs are fucking broken,
I mean,
guys.
basically, yeah.
God, I should just play a Minotaur
I mean,
anyway.
it's designed to be broken, right? I mean, it's like if you want to roll up a Minotaur using PC rules,
Oh shit, no, I want to be an Alegai. They do
you can.
2d6 fist damage.
You're not going to be. I mean, you're not going to do well in town.
No, but I'll
So that
brawl at 2d6 plus 2 damage without brass knuckles. Is that right? They stand well over 6 feet tall and weigh more than 300 pounds.
you're basically the abominable snowman, or maybe we can make you like Sasquatch. You'll probably be Sasquatch.
BCF.
You're gonna have a hard time fitting in town if you're trying to run a protection racket.
Yeah, that's fuck, man. I'll play a brawler Alegai another time, or whatever.
That would fit. I mean, that totally would fit into the aesthetic I have in mind for Woodheim.
An Alegai?
And maybe not as written, but like a forest dwelling, a lay guy,
Okay.
the Sasquatch in the woods.
Damn it, I would love. Well, we'll play a Sasquatch in the woods next time. I really want to play this protection racket guy. Okay. Well, I call dibs on the Alegai or the Minotaur.
I played an lay guy when we were like 14 years old.
Yeah. I guess I can't call dibs on both of them, but
he didn't use his fists though. He had his like specialization in Great Scimitar.
oh yeah, you used
like,
to really like the Great Scimitar.
It does 44 damage versus large.
It's fucking great.
And when it's the ultimate Dragon Slayer.
Dude, the Nodachi is the ultimate. Well, actually, 44 is, I think
that's the best damage in the game. But I can.
No, because on average, it's going to do a half point damage less than a Nodachi.
But less variation.
A lot less variation, and the minimum is a lot lower. Mm-hmm. Okay, I will take swimming and blind fighting. Swimming is going to be 14, and blind fighting has no check associated with it. Right? I don't need anything else. Nope.
Reading and writing.
I don't know. I'm illiterate.
Yeah, Great Scimitar 2d6 44.
Ooh, 2d6 is nice too.
That's what they do with their fists, though.
Are you going to make me buy a backpack, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it's 2 gold.
Okay. Can I start with clothes or do I have to buy clothes?
You can whatever. Start with clothes on your back if you want to have more than just one set of common clothes.
No, I've just got the one set of common clothes. So, brass knuckles, dagger, hide armor, clothes, backpack.
I can remember the first character I ever rolled back when we were like, I must have been like 11 or 12 years old. I went through the player's handbook and I line item purchased every item I thought I would need, including like a la carte trousers and tunic and et cetera, et cetera. And I showed up to the first session with all this like line items, and you guys laughed at me. No one else had bothered to like buy their clothes or their backpacks.
But wasn't it just you and me that time?
No, that was like you, me, Parasapand. I think there was one other guy. Maybe it was just because I thought it was a party of 4 with you DMing.
Okay.
Now, you and me played a bunch before that, but that was
Yeah.
like the first real campaign we set up.
All right, I can't think of anything else this guy needs. He doesn't. He'll buy other shit along the way. For now, he's just got the money in his pocket.
All right, I think we're ready to start. Shall we take a break and come back with? Do you have a name for him?
No.
You could think of it over the break.
Yeah, I'll think it over the break. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. We'll come back with so and so, the such and such, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Bye bye.